Long ago in the bustling city of Abdera in ancient Thrace, a child was born who would one day be called the Laughing Philosopher. His name was Democritus, and he came into the world around 460 BCE, a time when Greece was alive with thinkers, builders, and seekers of truth. Though history has often overshadowed him with greater known figures like Plato and Aristotle, Democritus left behind a legacy that shaped the very foundation of science. From a young age, Democritus showed an insatiable hunger for knowledge. While other boys of Abdera played games, he wandered through libraries, studied with teachers, and gazed at the skies, wondering what mysteries lay hidden behind the stars. He was not content with simple answers. He wanted to know what the world was made of, what held the universe together, and why everything behaved as it did. His father was a wealthy man, and when he died, Democritus inherited a portion of his estate. Unlike others who might have spent such wealth on luxuries, Democritus used it for his education. He traveled far and wide, seeking wisdom wherever it could be found. Stories tell of his journeys through Egypt, where he learned from priests skilled in mathematics and astronomy. He may have visited Persia and India, absorbing knowledge of the natural world and blending it with Greek thought. In these travels, he cultivated not just a love of learning, but also a deep appreciation of how vast and mysterious the world truly was. Back in Greece, Democritus found a mentor in Leucippus, a philosopher who first proposed that the universe might be made of tiny, indivisible particles. Under Leucippus's guidance, Democritus began to shape and refine this daring idea into a complete philosophy. He called these particles atoms, from the Greek word atomos, meaning uncuttable. To Democritus, everything in existence, stones, water, fire, even the human soul, was made of countless atoms moving through the void. These atoms were eternal, indestructible, and in constant motion, colliding and combining to form the material world. This was a bold vision, one far ahead of its time. While many philosophers, including Plato, dismissed Democritus's theory as crude or unworthy, his atomic theory laid the groundwork for modern physics and chemistry centuries later. Imagine, more than 2,000 years before microscopes or particle accelerators, Democritus proposed that reality was built on invisible building blocks, each too small to see but fundamental to existence. Yet Democritus was more than just a scientist. He was also a philosopher of life. He believed that true happiness came not from wealth or power, but from cheerfulness, moderation, and inner peace. He laughed often, not out of mockery, but out of joy at the absurdities of human ambition. Because of this, people remembered him as the Laughing Philosopher. His laughter was not careless but wise. It reminded others that life, with all its troubles, could be met with lightness of heart. Democritus wrote prolifically, producing works on ethics, mathematics, astronomy, and even music. Sadly, most of his writings were lost over the centuries, and only fragments remain today. Still, those fragments reveal a man of profound thought and humor. He taught that fear of the gods was unnecessary, for natural laws governed the universe. Thunder, lightning, and eclipses were not signs of divine anger, but natural events with logical explanations. This belief separated him from many of his contemporaries, who still looked to myth for answers. Despite his brilliance, Democritus did not enjoy the fame of Socrates, Plato, or Aristotle. In fact, Plato is said to have disliked him so much that he wished all of Democritus's books could be burned. Yet the ideas were too powerful to vanish. For centuries, his atomic theory slumbered, awaiting rediscovery. When scientists like Galileo, Boyle, and Dalton revived the study of atoms in the modern era, they unknowingly gave new life to Democritus's vision. In his later years, Democritus continued to write and teach in Abdera, living simply and cheerfully. He reached an old age, some say he lived past 100, his mind sharp and his laughter undimmed. His life was a testament to curiosity, courage, and joy. Though time buried many of his works, the seed of his thought endured, and today we honor him as a father of science. Democritus's story reminds us that wisdom is not only found in solemn study, but also in the joy of discovery, the courage to ask questions, and the laughter that lightens even the heaviest burdens. He may not have seen atoms with his own eyes, but with the vision of his mind, he glimpsed truths that would echo across the ages. And so from the small city of Abdera came a man who imagined the smallest parts of the universe, a thinker who dared to see the invisible and who laughed at the world's worries, knowing that in the dance of atoms, all things are bound together.